What is up, people? Back with another episode of the Darkened Hour, on a show where we discuss things all related to movies, comic books, and sometimes even video games. I'm one of the hosts, Aesop the Alchemist, and here I have next to me
Tia LaBeouf.
And tonight we are going to be talking about pretty much trailers in general, but the meat of this is going to be about our lovable Deadpool and that mysterious and ominous trailer of Venom. Both because I watched a bunch of trailers. I didn't just watch the one. I watched a few of them, and it's so ominous. But before we break into that, I just want to shoot out there because I was thinking about live adaptations again.
Sure.
And I just love how we have Deadpool in his trailer dressed up as Bob Ross. What is his name? The painter?
Yeah.
Like,
that was
I don't know
funny.
why I was just like, what made them go that route?
They're so left field. It's very Deadpool. You know what I mean? All the pop culture references are kind of bizarre.
It's supposed to be bizarre,
supposed to be, but I never see where he's going.
But like I said, well, we picked a specific order, so I'll stick to the order.
Sure.
So let's jump into our boy Venom's. And the thing that we both said before we even came into the room was that we didn't really get to see him in the Venom costume.
No.
So how do you think this is gonna look considering the last experience we had with a Venom?
Oh wow, nothing could be that bad. It can't be that bad. Well, okay, so let me start off. So me and David Crownson, we got back and forth on Instagram because he was salty about the Venom trailer. He said he wants to see the suit. He wanted to see some cameo or something. Yeah. And I had to come back. I'm like, well, it's a teaser. It's an appetizer. You all are looking for the whole meal when this is just a snack right now. This is just keep you, excited. And so that's what I saw it as. But there was a lot of like bad reviews over the Venom trailer. People were really upset about it. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, get out your feelings and get into the facts. This comes out in October.
We still got a long way.
We got all this time for them to create the official trailer, and they're saying themselves that we want to do some fine tuning on the CGI when it comes to Venom. They don't want to be in the
Justice League.
See, they saw how the JL took the L.
The JL, the league as they stand, their biggest force. Sorry, just shut your.
No, go ahead.
But I just had to squeeze this one out of me. They have a bad habit, a absolute horrible habit of blowing their load in the trailers. Like, we see everything the movie has to offer in the trailers. Yeah. And if the CGI looks crap,
or we can get bad reviews before we even saw it.
It's in the trailer. Look bad. Oh, but they'll polish it out. They'll iron these wrinkles out time the movie comes. Yeah.
Precisely.
All they did was throw more glue and glitter on it. It's like, you didn't make it look better. You just added more. Come on, Snapchat filters. Yeah,
seriously. And you know what it is? Venom is trying to be careful. They're trying to be mysterious. And I understand that because, like I said, we saw Wonder Woman in the JL and then the BVS trailer. And we didn't have to. We saw a lot of things in trailers we didn't have to. Y'all, funny because we all came for Spider-Man Homecoming for showing all of that, right? People were upset about, you guys shouldn't show Iron Man yet. You shouldn't do this and that. Now, and Venom is being completely mysterious. All we see is a symbiote in the little capsule thing, which was terrifying. It was like bubbling and weird. Really and then people are going to say, how come Peter Parker's not going to be in this? There's legitimate timeline issues. Nothing in the MCU universe is going to show up in Venom. They are a separate universe. That's been confirmed. So, and say hypothetically did, right? Peter Parker's a whole teenager.
Exactly. How are you going to have beef with this grown ass
This grown ass Tom Hardy. That's a joke. That's not even fair to Peter Parker or Tom Holland and how they've been developing his timeline thus so far. So let Venom just be Venom. They're going to bring Carnage. Allegedly, because Tom Hardy posted on his IG.
No other villain possible.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. So Tom Hardy put on his Instagram a picture of Venom and Carnage on top of him. He had to take it down. Ooh. So he wasn't supposed to do all. It was supposed to be kind of so that people are not paying attention to little things that happen around it. To me, this is the fun of the movie coming out. Y'all just want to shove a movie in a microwave, boop, 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 for 2 minutes, and then boom, we get it. No.
And it's still cold in the middle.
Getting mad that it's still cold in the middle.
Justice League.
You want to marinate it, put it in the oven. Preheat the oven. Let it sit for 2 hours. Let it relax. Then let us get the finished product. I don't want no rush job.
Yeah, because Venom is Hell's Kitchen. Take your time.
Seriously, Venom is like an iconic character, and our first introduction was very disrespectful. There's no shade towards Topher, but bruh, wow, that's a a hill you chose to die on.
That entire movie was just a mess, though.
And you had Sandman, right? You had Doc Ock, and then you had Venom. They didn't do, and then they were supposed to do a Venom was to have a movie in 2013, and then legal issues, and then boom, now we're having it. You got to realize this has been in the process for a long time. Let them do their job, please. Yo, me and Dave were going in it. Like, we were going back and forth. Dude, miss me with that bullshit. I want to see. He was just like popping. He was big mad, and I'm just like, I don't see. I gave him the Captain America patience. He's like, nah. He was trying to mention in 2001, all of 17 years ago, about how a trailer for Spider-Man showed him swinging and did this and the other. I'm like, oh, it's a different time.
But let's also remember that Spider-Man movie's theme music was done by Nickelback.
Oh,
Hero is by Nickelback.
Oh, wow.
So we can't exactly consider anything from that movie.
Yeah, we gotta leave the early 2000s alone when it comes to how superhero films were produced, how they marketed them. Now, people are dropping hints in different ways now. The social media has made it more interactive.
Because this isn't a save the day kind of movie. This is supposed to be, it's like borderline horror movie. That's why the trailer is ominous. It's supposed to allude to the mystery. It's supposed to lead to the creepy side, because at the end of the day, a symbiote is creepy. Carnage is as horror as you're going to get.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the aesthetic that it's presenting. It's presenting something that's supposed to go along with what the story is going to tell. So the trailer is literally a teaser of what the movie's going to, like, this is what a trailer is supposed to do. This is what a teaser is supposed to do. It's supposed to let you know what you might be getting into and what you hope for.
They're trying to set an atmosphere.
Now, I can understand what people's fear of, since we didn't get to see the suit, we don't want them to fail at the suit. That's why we're like, well, show us what it looks like. We are afraid. We don't want another like Spider-Man 3 Venom. That's what people are afraid of. But the only reason I agree with that too, to some degree, is because it's like,
we don't want a Spider-Man 3. We just don't. Like, we've come a long way.
I'm afraid. My thing is, because not necessarily like I'm afraid of how it's going to look like. It's more so what is with these threes? I don't want another Iron Man 3.
Right.
Because this is Iron Man 3. Every poster, screenshot, like, it was all about that new suit, that orange looking suit that I didn't like how it looked anyway. But like, it was this whole new suit, and he was out of the suit the entire movie. It was Tony Stark chasing after Iron Suit.
There you have it.
It wasn't an Iron Man. It was just Tony Stark in all his suits. It was like this. That's what I guess what people are afraid of. We're officially under Marvel again. Let's not get that.
I think people should be just excited that we have like a legitimate villain. Marvel's never really done it before. Like,
Venom has never been a villain. He's always been an anti-hero.
Depends. It depends what version you're looking at. Because I've seen some pretty horrific
he could be an asshole, but like, he's not really. same thing.
I think about Eddie Brock's kind of a jerk. That's why.
Yeah, because he's an asshole. But at the same time, the people who we label villains, let me flip it. The people who we label heroes have done villainous shit.
Right, and for the sake of good.
I can just bring up the X-Men versus Avengers, and we had a Cyclops legitimately kill Magneto. He fatality'd him, like the whole top right off.
It's pretty brutal.
Pretty brutal. So it's like, when it comes to Marvel, they base their characters on being realistic, like humans will go through far lengths where it's like everything's a gray area. It's like this show I've been watching on Netflix called Trafficking. It's screwed up the stuff that this girl the stuff that this girl learns about, but it's like, it's a morally gray area when it comes to like the black market and like the illegal things. Like, this is why people do it. This is how it's such a big thing, because you have common everyday people who get involved in these illegal things. So you're like, are they villains? Are they good guys? Like, who's the real villain in this issue besides like the mob boss leaders and things like that? But like, a lot of times it's like moral gray area. So that's where I relate Venom to that, is like, he's kind of just caught in the black market world of his life, if you will.
Right. I guess I was thinking, villain, my villain. That's all I want to see somebody to come. I want to come and just be bad.
Because at the same time, you got to think like Joker's origin.
Right. Tortured.
He was created by those around him. He was created by those his villain, if you will, his antagonist is Batman. He was created by Batman.
Right. That's fair. I guess I got a little like, oh my god, a bad guy for real this time, or maybe anti-hero.
Yeah, he's anti-hero.
More than likely.
That's like if they made a Magneto movie, you would know out of the gate it's an anti-hero movie.
Of all the things people didn't complain about was Tom Hardy being casted. That's the one people just let go. They're like, you know what? You're right though. Like, nobody said anything, and I was like, you're right. You're damn right, because he has a track record. So that's why I think this movie is going to do well, because of the actors involved. You have like Michelle Williams, Woody Harrelson, you've got Tom Hardy, you've got like a solid cast that choose their roles very, What's up, Marvin? Oh, villain, my villain.
Oh, villain, my villain.
So you have this cast that has a track record of choosing roles that they legitimately believe in. They read scripts. They get 1,000 scripts a day, probably. People want to be in. So people got to look at that perspective. You got like a solid cast that wouldn't like flop for this, for a Marvel movie, when anybody else could have done it.
Seriously, when it comes to a Marvel movie, they got to come correct because they have too much of a stature to hold up.
Seriously, they're celebrating their 10-year anniversary or something like that. Like 18 movies later, nah, like.
And they're still going strong.
There's still Black Widow, like.
Black Widow, we got Black Panther. There's still Ant-Man 2 on the way.
It was Ant-Man and Wasp, right? Oh my gosh! And just when I think I'm done with them, I watch a Black Panther trailer again. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
If they pulled out a sequel to that, I'm already buying tickets. And it didn't even come out yet. Like, I haven't seen the first one yet. And I'm going to buy tickets for that too.
I can't believe the hype I'm having for that movie. Because
it's absurd.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying it's a whole new feel than what we normally get from a black-oriented movie.
Good.
Like, yeah, it's a comic book movie, so, like, we're already going to like it because we're nerds. But it's like, when it comes to, like, this is an actual movie about black culture, but we're not the stereotypical gang member or gospel. Totally. Like, the staples that we see everywhere from a Madea movie.
It's like Motherland type.
Yeah.
It's creating that link.
From Four Brothers to, like, you know,
yo, seriously,
Big Mama's House. Like, it's always the same type casting when it comes to these like black oriented movies. So finally we get something that's a new flavor, you know,
that isn't a comedy.
Exactly.
Making fun of us in a way.
It's like this movie will basically,
it's going to set the stage for a lot more films,
especially because now, like, how like a lot of the black community is like Afro-punk, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about being black and diverse. And that's exactly what this movie is representing to me.
Totally.
It's like, it's diverse to, like, hence the different tribes show diversity. And then you have the soundtrack, you have the visual effects, the way certain characters speak to each other, you know, and then just the story in general where we have an actual king, if you will.
Yeah, totally. Who isn't like a dictator, right? Because you always see African dictators all the time. You're going to watch all these movies from years and years and years. You know, that the last king of Scotland or whatever, that was based on an African dictator. We don't see Africa as a thriving collective of nations. Yeah, exactly. And you see like this is
legit a fight for power over the most powerful nation in the world.
Yeah, and the most advanced technology, like that hid away from like colonialists and all that stuff. So this is just like... When people say, "Oh, we have had black heroes," not like this.
Not like this. Exactly.
Don't even try it.
Because when it comes to Blade, granted, he also didn't fit into those like that kind of typecasting. I'll be fair, but this is Wesley Snipes at the end of the day, so he always threw his New Jack City flair into it.
Right.
And the first Blade, I'm only giving credit to the first Blade because the sequels were kind of poop.
Yeah.
But, so Blade 1 definitely had everything we can ask for. You know, we had what's that redneck's name? Daryl, you know, we had Daryl betray him, you know. Yeah,
why you gotta do him like that?
Like, I mean, it was a good lined up movie. Like it was just bread and butter, ABC, you know, and it just happened that the lead character was just a black character, and so people kind of like throw it under it. They don't really realize how like groundbreaking that really could have been if that was brought out in today's world.
Right, you know, it's crazy because Wesley Snipes wanted to be a Black Panther.
Yeah,
that's blew my brain. Like I was like, he was trying to make this movie years ago, and it went through because people thought Black Panther, they thought Black Panther Party. They couldn't like separate the two because too much time had not passed by from when that was a thing.
Yeah.
So people were like, "Oh, is this like based on like such and such?" No. That's when comic books were still like very nerd, very underground. Yeah. So, and even like my dad, who collected comic books when he was young, he was saying Black Panther as a comic book wasn't promoted the way it should have been. He said like it would run out very quickly. They never really sold a bunch of issues. It was all the Iron Mans and the Hulks and the Thors and
the Avengers Squad.
Yeah, the Avengers Squad, and then Black Panther was like, "Oh yeah, you're here, but you know that's nice." So they have to fight for that kind of visibility. So yeah, no, Black Panther is gonna be it.
And considering, and the craziest thing about him is he's such a simple character, yet he's super broken too.
Yeah,
he's very broken. They water him down in Civil War, obviously,
because he would embarrass everybody there. If
he technically would, yes. He very much so would. Like, out of all those Avengers that was in that fight, the only person who could hold a candle to him are Vision and the Mystics. Yeah. There's not one of those who was a physical fighter that he couldn't handle.
Yeah, because Bucky was getting it. That kick to the chest, it was over. He got winded after that.
He was laying out Bucky. He was going to lay out Cap.
Anybody in his way
was going to get laid out.
Spidey could get it too.
Spidey could get it too.
He can catch the hand or the claws in this case. Everybody was getting it. But, you know, It was an introduction. It wasn't his time to shine.
It wasn't his time to shine. Yeah. They didn't want him to Wonder Woman the Civil War. That's what it was. They're like, let's water him down. Let's not have him take the movie away because that's damn
then they caught him, right? And then they caught him, and then okay, cool. Yeah, you know what I mean? And they pushed him away from the plot. Really,
let's be honest. BVS, Wonder Woman stole
the show. They totally. He was gonna be that character. So otherwise, a trailer that I was surprised, a whole franchise that I'm shocked I even like, Deadpool, because I don't like the comics. I don't hate them. It's just not my brand of humor. It isn't. It is not my brand.
Very over the top.
It's too much for me.
Him in his own movie, I am fine with. Him playing cameos and other things, I cringe a little bit, but I'm okay with. It's the fan base that
is rabid.
Really, they are the ones who bother me because Deadpool never really bothered me that much until I got around like Deadpool fans.
Right.
And I started putting two and two together. These people who are super annoying in real life are huge Deadpool fans. I'm like, that's what this is all about.
It's a character trait that gets passed on.
It's a character trait indeed.
They adopt this persona that's only cool in a book.
But then I've discovered this one. There are people who weren't Deadpool fans who are annoying in real life. Then they saw the Deadpool movie and got worse.
So the second one came out, and they introduced Cable, and he's supposed to be, I don't know much. He's Scott Summers' kid. In the future, comes back and is trying to kill Deadpool. That's what I gathered, because there's not much. They haven't released a whole lot of plot.
Yeah, because he's not really X-mening it up right now.
Yeah,
because Cable's supposed to be coming. He's supposed to be Days of Future Pasting.
Yeah,
and he's somehow warped into Deadpool movie. So
it was fun. I think when they threw shade at just like the first 5 seconds. They didn't even wait. They just kicked the dead horse.
You know what the worst thing? Yeah, seriously.
Really
worst thing about Ryan Reynolds, you don't know where it separates anymore.
Yeah, he's becoming Tony Stark and Robert Downey.
Yeah, when is he Deadpool? When is he Ryan?
Yeah.
Seriously, when is he split now? It's like he just does shit because he is
just bleed
Deadpool.
Into this character. Like, he's wearing it like a skin now.
It really is. Like he just does over the top shit just because he's Deadpool.
Even when I hear him talk, I'm like, yeah, that's how Deadpool would talk.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm making. I'm like, he's not acting anymore. He's just being himself. He's chilling. He's lunching.
He is chilling out. He's been trying to get his movie made for years. He's been trying. So big ups to Ryan Reynolds because his career was struggling. A bit he did flop after flop, and it was just like, okay, seriously, I gotta really push for
which is
Deadpool.
Funny because when the thing that gave him the perfect Deadpool opening was, I still, granted, I do like this movie. I don't know why people hate it so much, but X-Men Origins.
Oh my, that's been Wolverine. So long. Oh, because
remember he's still Wade is not the Deadpool version. Wade is this whole, I don't know what the hell they thought they were doing with fusing it. Whatever, that was a stupid concept. They were doing a lot, but the scenes where he was talking was perfect. Like he was just annoying as shit, and it was before he started like breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, and remember he showed up in Blade. He showed up in the last movie too. Yep, I remember that. Now it's all coming full circle. He was in Blade.
No way.
I will look this up right now. He had the katana sword and all. It was so bizarre. Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta check this out.
It was like Blade Trinity, I think. It was Jessica Biel when she was a thing. And then Ryan Reynolds was there with Blade and all that stuff. And yeah, I do. He was annoying.
Oh my God, I gotta check.
And then Triple H was in it, I think.
Yeah, that was the weirdest movie because they started doing wrestling moves on each other. Yeah, that was so funny. I love the game. I love Triple H, but that was a weird movie.
When he still had hair and stuff. He had a little ponytail.
I miss him having his hair.
That is so, I don't know. I feel old, man. I feel super old when I look at wrestling. I'm like, why he look like that though?
Rock has a gray beard. I'm like, what's happening to my world?
My world is crumbling before my eyes.
What's happening to this planet? Rock with gray hairs is weird. Like we're used to him having shaved head for years now.
Yeah,
we're okay with that. The gray beard.
Is. You're getting old. I'm getting old.
He's got that salt and pepper beard. He's got a Morgan Freeman happening. I'm like,
no, you're not allowed to get older, Rock. You're just not, dude. I'm so uncomfortable.
Not the bull.
Right. When it comes to Deadpool, we are introduced to Domino and whatnot. Her power is really.
She's luck.
Yeah, I was like, huh.
And here's my problem with luck characters. They don't really make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I looked up the character.
Like because there's Domino where she has her powers work like a gamble where she can wing something and there's a high chance that it'll go for her.
Right.
But she can't really plan things out, hence why she works with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Things don't always go her way, trying to make it fall in line because that's not how her powers work. Her powers are like a random chance gamble. Like she needs that luck. She has to rely on just random chance luck. That is her power because it's always going to work for her when it's just
It's wow. That's
but then you have
so weird.
Black Cat,
right?
Spider-Man's girl.
Well, she's Black the one with the
Black Cat works a lot like Jinx does from Teen Titans. She causes misfortune for others.
So it's like the opposite word. Instead of creating, she creates it.
So when these two fought each other, that was a ridiculous fight because both of them
they're canceling each other out.
Like, yeah, pretty much. You have Black Cat causing bad luck for Domino, but Domino's powers is that good luck happens to her.
That's so bizarre.
So good things kept. I mean, granted, Black Cat kind of had the advantage in it because Black Cat is super powerful. Like she's broken as hell.
Yeah.
But it's causing bad luck. So yeah, Domino might get something good happen for her, but Black Cat's still gonna hit you.
It's still gonna be the bad thing that she wants to
happen.
And
Black Cat's skilled enough where she doesn't need to rely on luck for good things to happen to her. She's just good enough to avoid a gunshot or get out of something.
Huh.
So that's
We're bringing Colossus back. I didn't realize it was full CGI. I didn't like complete CGI. I thought he was at least
done well. This ain't that Justice League.
We are going to wear that movie to the ground.
It's the latest one. Like we will rip. All right, I'll stop hitting Justice League. This ain't that Green Lantern. Since we're talking about Ryan Reynolds, this ain't Green Lantern's
mask.
Wearing that
animated suit. He could just wear like.
They could have just given him a real. I mean, even if he looked like the Flash, Lisa would have been a good suit.
It would have been an outfit.
Lisa would have been an outfit.
Wearing pixels. Wearing straight pixels.
I hate that shit so much, but Colossus looks
tasty. Like I'm not gonna lie, the guy is glistening.
And hopefully they got that Marvel/Disney money where they can actually include a few more X-Men characters.
There's been talks, but they're always like these kind of obsure kind of characters.
I'm fine with that, but they can't just have a house with two people.
You can't just
that's what Ryan Reynolds said.
Negasonic.
The nuclear girl. I forget her name. I like her hairstyle in this movie though. I'm really loving her hairstyle.
It's cute. You know what I mean? I like her. She was cool addition. Like Deadpool. It's amazing. Like,
I mean, granted, if they were gonna put like some low grade, like no one cares about X-Men, at least put people we know, like Kitty, Jubilee.
Okay, Jubilee, please. Fireworks.
I want to see Jubilee in this. Jubilee belongs in a Deadpool movie.
I think it would work,
especially because, like you said, he had that play on Blade. Because Jubilee does get
it's a vampire.
A vampire on Blade is her
nice
master.
Little
she
nod.
becomes an apprentice. That would have been a perfect full circle.
So there were talks about there was a writer who left the project because there was creative differences between him and Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds has a lot of creative control even for a title actor. Mm-hmm. He has a lot. He controls how the jokes are. He is
that character.
Yeah, so he's just like, okay, we want to do like this. And you're, as a writer, you're like, so why am I here? Could you imagine?
Word.
Why? It's like, all right, well, it's nothing personal, but
because I'm pretty sure they had a trailer in mind, and then he took it over.
Yeah, he said, no. We're gonna have this little science project, little diagram, and I'm gonna have a little Deadpool toy, and I'm gonna have a table, and they're gonna fight each other.
The funniest thing about Ryan Reynolds is like he blew up because of Deadpool, but I've seen movies of him before that I didn't really care who he was, but the movie where because not Lindsay Lohan, what is that girl's name? Oh, it's Lindsay Lohan, because like remember there was a movie where they switched bodies.
Oh,
Ryan Reynolds had a movie like that where they're peeing in a wishing well and they end up switching to go, I wish I had your life, and they actually wake up in each other's bodies.
Wow, he's done a lot of those little tiny
movies, but like I truly enjoyed that movie though. I can't remember what it was called. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh my god, I'm so mad I don't remember this. But it's probably like early 2000s.
It's got some age to it because I recall because that was either before Origins, Wolverine or X-Men Origins, or after, but it was around that block where like he finally hit the big screen, at least when I noticed him, and I'm like, yeah, I think it was after X-Men Origins because I liked him in Origins, but it got so much hate that I was like, okay, at least he got another funny. Well, this guy's pretty funny. Like,
he is pretty funny.
And I'm like, well, damn, they could have done a good Deadpool with him, and sure enough,
he was making it happen. He was also in this movie that I really liked, Waiting. He plays a waiter, and it shows.
I've heard of that.
It's so. I think me and Josh have seen it like 1,000 times.
I think that's probably why I've heard of it, because you guys might have talked. Because I remember hearing waiter, and I'm like, wait, this sounds really familiar.
The movie was called Waiting, and he plays a waiter there, and it's all the shenanigans behind the scenes, what it's like. It's ridiculous. A lot of familiar faces are in there. So like Anna Faris and all that stuff, and lots of like. It's very 2000s of its time. It's still pretty good to me, at least. But no, Ryan Reynolds has a great comedic timing, and I think he win like Sexiest Man Alive 1 year. Like, it was 1 year where he won.
That sounds familiar.
Or some shit, and I'm like,
he's a nice looking guy, but I wouldn't give it to him.
I wouldn't. No shade.
And I also have my biased gay crushes too, though. You know, I'm all on that Leo. I was watching Gangs in New York 2 nights ago. Leo,
a snack.
Leo, that boy is a snack. Oh, even with that accent, That boy is delicious. I gotta watch that movie. That was the first time I ever saw the movie because I've been wanting to see it for years, and I never saw it.
2004.
Exactly, it's on Netflix, and I'm like, oh shit, I've always wanted to. I watched it. I watched that movie twice that night, playing Monster Hunter. I watched it twice.
No, he was dope. He had like Daniel Day-Lewis. He was vicious.
Yeah, that movie's so serial. I mean, it's nothing on what the trailers portrayed it to be honest.
Uplifting, like...
No, not necessarily uplifting, but, like, I thought it was going to be, like, how the movie starts off. All right, two factions, we're at war. Kid grows up, we still beefing. Oh, there's other gangs in this area? All right, we got to work our way up the ladder before we could take down a guy. Because he was the king. There were other gangs, but he was, like, the king of all gangs. Right. Everyone was fighting. So it was like, all right, we're a small-town group. Because remember his little... You know, they had Bob with them and all that, too.
Oh, my God.
Walking down, I saw Bob. I was like, oh, shit! So, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, these little...
It's on Netflix, right? I'm definitely going to watch it today.
So I'm saying, like, there's these small town dudes, you know, pickpocketers pretty much. They might as well all been kids at this point. So I'm like, okay, so they're probably gonna end up like, because I saw them allying, like, because everything, the movie's racist as hell.
Oh yes, of its time. Yeah, that's how people talk.
Because they had, you know, the Asian gang was called the Chinks and stuff like that. If you're Irish, you were considered a nigga. That's why now I understand why every black person is part Irish, because they were thrown into the same bucket. They all
worked in the same places. They worked in the same factories and all that
Literally
stuff.
Thrown into the same place. So I'm like, this movie's telling me history at the same time.
Yeah, no, it definitely. Didn't he want to know? No, he didn't.
He didn't.
He got nominated.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing about Leo. He never wins the war. He was nominated.
He didn't win until like last year for like working with Tom Hardy.
Yep.
Bringing it full circle. First of all, it's another movie I haven't watched yet. It just looks intense. It looks. The story is Tom Hardy's a bad guy, which is fun, and he abandons Leo DiCaprio in the the woods. I do need to see and then he gets attacked by a bear, and it's like he survives, and he comes after Tom Hardy, and it's like a beat, like it's crazy. Just these two brawling dudes fighting each other in the winter, and bearded. Everyone's just
it's if Game of Thrones we follow the hill tribes instead of the kingdoms.
Yeah, they're all bearded and all wearing the furs, and they're all like, yo,
I love that look.
Could you imagine someone left you for dead? You come back like, bitch, you thought.
Hence gangs in New York. They thought that kid was dead, bitch. You thought.
You thought. Got me. But Leo DiCaprio, I don't think he's gonna enter any comic book movie. I feel like that's not his wave. I would like to see him,
but it's not his wave.
It's not.
It could have been because he's so diverse.
It's like one of those things where I feel like he's very curated about how he chooses roles. He cannot do a movie for 5 years and come back with some like.
Oh, true. Yeah, these comic book movies do hold you for.
They hold you. He can just be like, I don't know where he would fit. He's so like iconic, and he's so like, and he's been like that dude for years. It's hard because think about Rob Downey Jr. before Iron Man struggles.
He was nobody, yeah.
Struggles.
He was nobody.
He was a joke. He was kind of a punchline because of all the drugs he was doing, and he was out of rehab. Like, he needed Iron Man.
He was only really known because of Tropical Thunder.
Oh no, even before. Well, I'm gonna rewind who Robert Downey was back in the 90s. He was kind of a joke. Like he was difficult to work with. He was doing a lot of drugs. Like he was like legit like cracked out in a hotel bed. He had to go to jail.
He was Charlie Sheening.
Yeah, he was going like full blown. Like nobody wanted to work with him. But people were like, you know what? We believe him. But he was really talented. You know, he's a really talented dude. So they they pretty much Jon Favreau just like, hey, you know, this is it. You know, this is the role I want you for. I feel like you'd be good. Tony Stark, Stan Lee thought the same, and the rest is history. Like Iron Man brought him back from obscurity, so he needed that role. Leo doesn't. Leo has never had a scandal. He's never had like a dip in his career in the last like 20 years.
The guy's got a clean record.
He's just clean. Like the dude's like. He's so focused, and he's so like, and I feel like he don't even sweat that Academy Award. He don't even care. I feel like he was being snubbed for a long time. Like after a while, I was like, okay, it's personal. Somebody at Academy doesn't like you. Somebody didn't like him for a long time, and just made sure every pop movie he did, you know, it's nice. You were nominated, but you're gonna lose. I'm
still thinking like, what kind of comic book character would he be? I seriously was thinking I'm listening to you, and I'm still thinking, damn, who would
I don't know who he would be. He's too poppin'.
I mean, to be fair, if they didn't get Jason, he could be a good Aquaman.
Oh, you right though. He had to buff up. Boy's a little doughy. Leo's always been kind of doughy. Like he's always been kind of like regular bod.
Yeah.
And there's this one picture of him full dad bod. Like he didn't care. He was straight up at a festival, shirtless.
Oh, they could get him to gym up. They got Christian Bale.
It's funny. He's never built up. He's has the same body. You don't care. He doesn't care. He always acts like he's so dry, like in interviews, but his actual personal life is mad interesting. He's always doing some ratchet stuff. Like I'm telling you, he hangs out with rappers and stuff, and he's always at the party. He was hanging out with Rihanna.
He's invited to the cookout.
He's definitely invited without trying so hard. Like he doesn't try hard. He's just automatic invite. You good?
He's invited.
He can bring food if he wants to. I already know his stuff is seasoned. Like he can bring food. Did I break Aesop?
I'm mad you did that.
He can bring food. I know it's seasoned. They don't play that.
I've been watching too much Dave Chappelle for those jokes right now. I'm like seriously, like I've been binge watching all his stand up shows on Netflix. He's got like 4 of them up there.
But he would be a dynamite Aquaman in some alternative universe. You know what I mean? Like it would work because he's just that guy. But he doesn't do those types of like big blockbuster things. Like it's always like very mid-tier. Yeah, pretty much. Like Inception. It was a blockbuster, but it was still like psychological thriller.
Exactly, it was like kind of mid-ground. Like you didn't go in there expecting this massive. It didn't pull like the intention like
explosions.
It doesn't pull the attention like a comic book movie does. It doesn't pull the attention like Insidious would, like a horror movie would. It was like it was very mid-tier. Like okay, we knew this is a good concept. We knew it was gonna be a good movie. We got Leo. He's he's a selling point, but it's like this movie isn't ringing bells, like it's not hitting gongs. It's like okay, this seems interesting. I'll see it because Leo, but that's it. Like nothing.
Yeah, I definitely came out to see it because he's in it. Legit. That's kind of weight he pulls. I wish Johnny Depp did that with his career. You know what I mean? I wish he. You know what I mean? I wish
go of the pirate movie.
Ooh.
Because I like Johnny Depp and he needs to let go. I like Jack Sparrow, but I've had enough of it.
Yo, he's overdosed on that character. He should have followed the Leo way.
Especially because I was such a big fan of Public Enemy.
Oh right, he did that. He's gangster. That
was
shit was
such
cool.
a good movie because he did that after like the third pirate movie, second or third pirate movie. He did that movie.
Yeah, I feel like that he should just. I don't know. He signed a crazy contract, bro, because
Disney has him by the testicle hair.
Like just like with a tweezer and just yanking him down.
I mean, you don't got testicles.
I don't.
But I do. You got other parts. Imagine just pulling a hair out.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's what Disney got to do.
That's Disney's like, don't even think about another movie because you already got to do 12 more pirate movies. I don't care if you're 65 years old.
They still got to do like the origin story of the Black Pearl.
Oh.
And then when it was called something else, it was like not the Maiden or something. It had like a very like lady name kind of. And then
I'm literally exhausted.
And they got to explain why his mother's a shrunken head.
It started off with such a fresh take because pirate movies were such a box office bomb. It would never work. No pirate movie prior made that kind of movie. They made that kind of money. You know, they had to fight for this movie to be made. You know, Johnny Depp wasn't exactly profitable in 2002. He was known as an indie darling type. You know what I mean? Who's eating Gilbert Grape? What's eating Gilbert Grape? And Edward Scissorhands. All these really offbeat stuff. And we want this guy to lead this big Disney and it worked. Because the writing was good, story's fresh, story was ABC, and if they just left it at maybe that 3 and just ended it right there, just kill it right there.
Seriously, the 4th movie was the dumbest thing they ever did.
And it just kept going.
I hated the 4th movie with a passion.
I think the 5th one
is actually so much better than the 4th.
I think it's on Netflix now.
It is.
I might give it a watch.
Dead Men Tell No Tales would have been fine if that was the 3rd movie and they ended it there.
Yeah, and they kept...
Because the 2nd movie...
They kept dragging this movie every year and trying to get me excited. I'm like, no. Like, sorry.
The 2nd movie was okay because it had the Flying Dutchman. Like, he was selling that film. I do like the 2nd movie. Davy Jones was great. But at World's End,
they came very muddled.
When they had like the whole military pirates versus the Dutchman. As much as I like that concept, I'm like, this was just it was too much happening. They had 3 different stories squeezed into one movie, which should have been the final film since you had all this stuff wrapping up technically.
Is there more to talk about? Oh yeah, right. There is more. We have Will Turner's whole son.
Well, that's the 5th movie.
That's the 5th.
Because the 4th is the Fountain of Youth. Because technically that's supposed to be really big.
Right. That's
pirate lore.
Cruise, right?
That's really that's supposed to be pirate lore.
Right.
Like so, it's like okay. And Blackbeard. These are 2 things that should have been in the Pirates movie by the 2nd one. You know, you bring in Davy Jones, you haven't mentioned Blackbeard once.
Yeah.
Now you have part 3, you have all these pirate lords band together. There's no Blackbeard. How do you even do that? That's why they did the 4th movie. But I'm like, you could have put Blackbeard as one of the pirate lords.
Yeah. What a missed opportunity.
We would have been good.
But there was just stretching and pushing more.
And then maybe I would have accepted a 4th movie that is Dead Men Tell No Tales. And I'm like, okay, this is a good way to kind of wrap things up then.
I don't know any franchise that's good after 3 movies. I challenge anyone to give me a franchise that's popping after 3 movies.
Land Before Time.
Okay. Toy Story.
Can we not talk about part 3? Part 3 Toy Story, yo. Thug tears.
My sister legitimately welled up in the theater, yo. Legit. And she don't cry about anything. I didn't think she had tear ducts. Like, I'm there. I'm dead looking in the corner. I'm like, she's like, I heard the snip. I'm like, oh my God.
Like, I was in the outfield.
Yeah.
And they hit a high popper. A high popper. My glove was two sizes too big. And that wasn't a ball I caught. That was just nothing but feelings in that glove. And I caught all of them.
Oh, my God.
I was just sitting there like, yo, this movie's really going there right now.
I had a whole bowl of Honey Nut Filios, man. It was just stacked. Like, I ate every bite of that.
I was on that field trip.
I think the part everybody talks about is
the smelting scene when they're in, like, they're all getting melted down.
And they all just look at each other and he just accepts that this could be it. Bro, how dare you?
How dare you put this in a kids movie?
I sat there looking with me and looking. Oh, these dudes are not playing today. And you find out the bear was actually like the villain and stuff. The Care Bear looking dude.
That movie was whole hard. I'm mad. I hope it's still on Netflix again because it wasn't up there for a bit.
And you know what? Toy Story. Each of those movies were solid.
Every movie was good. Every Toy Story movie was good.
And they waited such a long time for like a sequel. You didn't get like 10 years later. Because the first one came out in like 92. Like,
that's why I was skeptical about Monsters Inc. sequels. That's why they made a prequel instead, and that was whack.
I didn't even watch it. Oh my God, that came and went. What a shame. What a shame.
Speaking of Monsters Inc., I know this is a little off topic, but I've been watching all 7 like Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers. After 20 years, they finally make part 3.
Yeah, I heard people screaming about that.
Yeah. Monsters Inc. is in that movie. Toy Story is in that movie.
Oh, Toy Story's in it?
When I say they got Disney money, it doesn't look like a Kingdom Hearts game. It looks like a Pixar film.
Wow.
When it doesn't look like a Kingdom Hearts game, it looks like Monsters Inc. There's a scene where Sora and them, they're all like monsters because they change to fit the movie that they go into. So you got Donald is like a one-eyed duck and stuff like the duck monster. You have Goofy, he's got like his regular eyes, but he's like this green like reptar-looking dog.
Whoa.
Sora, he's like this black tiger, like this black and white tiger with his like spiky hair, and he's like really like his really weird like Pikachu mouth, like they're all these like deformed looking monsters. And it's in Japanese, don't get me wrong, because it is like the earliest trailer.
Yeah,
they have Boo, and it looks exactly like Boo from the movie. Like when I say they got some Pixar animators for this game, they had to get some Pixar. She is so cute in Japanese.
I could imagine.
And here's the problem, because Donald only has one eye, so she calls him Mike Wazowski. Like, I'm like, yo, this game is hitting me where I live.
Hitting me right at home.
So,
oh my God!
I know that was off topic, but hey, Kingdom Hearts Ghost is a game about going to Disney movies, so I had to drop it in there.
Or The Incredibles is coming out with a sequel.
Who makes Incredibles? They're Pixar, right?
I believe they are. Are they DreamWorks?
Because they might be DreamWorks. Because granted, they still are owned by Disney, but DreamWorks has always done their own thing.
Incredibles. I remember the first movie. I had it on DVD. I thought it was really good. It was making fun, it was almost kind of like where superheroes go when they're forcibly retired. It was before all these movies that came to 2002, 2003, talking about the after. What did they really go through in their everyday life?
After
they're a whole family. And I remember the villain was so funny. He always wanted to be a hero, and he couldn't because he was just short and he had no powers. And he was a hater. Like, he was a whole ass hater because he captured the family. He said, "Oh, Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl. Oh, and y'all got busy," because he saw the kids.
Yeah.
I was screaming. That is still funny. That is
First of all, Pixar movie is the biggest liar to the planet. Pixar movies are the biggest liars. Here's a kids movie. There'll be more adults watching it than kids.
Oh, yeah.
Their jokes are not meant for kids.
Super adult.
They hit us with that Ed, and Eddie shit. Like, you know how many jokes that I was sitting through for Toy Story? And I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
Like, the first Toy Story throws some...
Shook.
Watch the first Toy Story. You're gonna be like, wait a minute.
Or like you uncultured swine.
Yeah,
that's a great line.
I use that I actually say that to this day to people. Like if I bring up, like, let's say I taught somebody about Full Metal Alchemist, and they're like, "Oh, I only watch Brotherhood. I don't know the original cartoon." You uncultured swine. Like I actually dropped that line on people.
Mr. Potato Head. It was like all of them are great.
Saltiest thing on the planet.
Even their outtakes really fun. I keep remembering the shark, and I think I said it when I came in the car and he picked me up.
Yeah.
Howdy, howdy, howdy,
yes.
howdy, howdy. And then Woody's like, "Give me my goddamn hat." He smashed his hat hard as hell.
Like I cannot stress how many times I've watched the Monsters Inc. outtakes, the credit outtakes. It's like, these aren't real outtakes. Like these are just them making jokes.
They just talking shit.
Like they don't make those. Like they animate it. Well, I think the mistakes happen, and then they just animate.
And they just throw it in the.
But some of those are so funny. Like, oh my really God. Funny.
I think Pixar. I have such good memories with them. Incredibles 2 is gonna be really crazy. It's gonna be some grown ass people watching this. Like y'all kids gotta stay home.
Especially like because I think about the one joke that was made about because there was a joke they brought in. What was that? That was Avengers 2 because you have he's fast and she's weird.
Oh yeah.
So it's like they show Black Widow. She's talking about like the kids, and instead of showing. They show Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They show the Incredible kids.
Yeah, then Violet. Oh my God, the little boy. He's Dash. Like, Dash. That was his name. Yeah, and the little baby though.
Well, they're named after their powers,
right?
Because his name is Jack because he's Jack of all trades.
Yeah, Jack. Yo.
That's exactly what that is.
10 years later,
and you didn't know that. That's like it took me a while. Honestly, it took me like 2 years to catch on to it. But I'm like. Someone said Jack of all trades to me or something like that. I think you actually mentioned it. It might have been you who said it.
It couldn't have been me.
It wasn't about the movie, but it's like I linked it and I looked back at the kids' powers and I'm like, they named the powers in Jack. Why would they
I'm shook.
He's Jack of all trades. That's why his powers are random.
He was terrifying, man. F a Superman. Give me a Jack because he's going to wreck his life. Because how long till Superman gets his powers? Jack just came out the womb like this.
Fresh out the pussy.
He came out like this.
That's how I feel about Blossom. She got all his powers too, and she only 5.
And I know I posted that thing on I think Darkened Hour. They show all the Powerpuff Girls like whooping Superman's ass.
Yeah.
First of all, why was Buttercup coming for the gut punch? She was just like waiting from the slip.
To be fair, if they didn't keep making so many different overpowered versions of Superman, the Powerpuff Girls would give him work because they're only 5 years old.
Yeah, and
if they were grown ass women, they would rickety wreck him.
Forget about it. They were built for this.
They were built for this. They're brutal little girls, and they're only 5.
They got no knuckles, and they're still gonna whoop your ass.
Because they don't have an official weakness.
You're right. They just
get tired. Yeah, they just tire out.
What was Utonium doing, bro? Like that's the real broken one. He's the one to be scared about because he created these shits by accident.
They need to
accident.
They need to do some was it Dark Knight Metal where Bruce Wayne comes in here. I need to go back in time and save people. Give me Chemical X. Like he did to Flash, like on drive Professor Oak on the top of a car and some shit.
Yo, could you imagine? Utonium is the real dude. He created comics by accident.
Pure accident. Him and Mojo Jojo.
But why was he trying to create children?
That's the darker side of the story. That's a darkest sketch.
That's the darkest thing to think of because Mojo Jojo was
his lab assistant.
You gave him, a brain and a smarter brain and all that stuff. Made him an assistant, and then
he didn't even do that. The Chemical X makes Mojo smarter.
It was an X.
Mojo was just a regular monkey who was his lab assistant who used to break stuff all the time.
And then
while he was trying to make the perfect little girls, for whatever reason, Jojo pushed, because his name was just Jojo at the time. Jojo pushes him and makes him hit the Chemical X pot that was above where he was stirring the poison.
Right.
So when it explodes, the radiation from the explosion
got to him. That's
hit
why
him in the head, and then it cracked. He hit the wall, so it cracked open his skull.
Which is gruesome.
Remember, Powerpuff Girls doesn't hold back on their gruesome stuff.
They don't.
So his skull, his skull cracked open, so the radiation caused his brain to mutate.
Right, you're right. I already thought that he intended for him to be smart. I forgot he was an accident as well. You told me, why are you messing with this dangers that come in your basement, bro? He has like a regular ass house, right?
Yeah.
And underneath, he's got this whole Dexter's laboratory type shit.
Really. It's a modest lab actually. I remember them showing it. It's pretty modest. It's
Dexter's actually way more broken than.
Well, first of all, Dexter's a mascot of Cartoon Network.
True.
Like old school Cartoon Network. He's the leader. Every time they make video games and DX the Great, I want more Venom. You go into the forest, find you a snake, have it bite you, and you have all the venom you'll ever need. You'll know it'll be the best venom you ever have. But
give it to be lady with the skull fire shirt.
Oh, he can't tell what your shirt is because it's black and white. It's actually a cat.
It's a cat. Why are you hiding the trailer? I'm not hiding it.
If you're talking about us listening to about Venom, we spoke about Venom at the beginning of the show. Yeah. You missed the boat, DX. You're a little late on that, guy.
You're late to the game. Now we're just chilling.
Yeah, now we're chilling. We talked about Deadpool. We talked about that. Now we just talking about general movies all over.
Yeah. Why you act like I'm doing it on purpose? Like I'm hiding it.
I mean, there's not enough to talk about the trailer. It was 2 minutes.
Nigga, I'm late.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh man, color people time.
Color people time.
Color people time.
damn them niggas. Could you imagine? Oh, wait, here's another. I just had a crazy idea. Can I survive in the rain? Yeah, you could. I just thought about another funny ass live adaptation I would actually like to see.
Yeah.
Boondocks.
Oh.
I would love to see a live adaptation of Boondocks.
Instead of like a Dear White People, I would have done for a Boondocks.
I would have done a Boondocks, yes.
Parody type stuff. That would have been great.
Literally.
That would have translated pretty well.
That would easily translation.
Because it's so grounded in reality and social commentary. It would just work. They were working on a Uncle Ruckus movie.
I remember that actually.
I don't know if it ever became a thing.
It's kind of harsh.
That would
for them to do a movie like that. That's kind of
during the time that would be okay, but
now it's kind of brutal. Yeah,
that would not translate to it. Audience would be very upset. They had like some like black guy with the Confederate flag.
Legit.
And that's bad, dude. That would not work.
That's what I'm saying.
People wouldn't get it. Like he's parody.
Yeah,
and people would take him a little too seriously.
Because every character is a parody of real life black problems.
Yeah,
every single character we have. You have the anarchist, Huey.
Yeah. Huey P. Newton, quite literally.
You have Granddad, the old timer.
Mm-hmm.
You have, what the hell is his name? The lawyer. I forgot his name.
Tom Dubois.
Tom, who's like adapted to more white culture where he's ignorant to the struggle.
Yeah, suburban life.
Yeah, so he has no idea what people were talking about.
He really doesn't. Poor Tom.
Then you have Huey, the ignorant young kids who just don't
Riley,
seem to get it.
It was Riley. Yeah, Riley was ignorant.
You have the older folk who are still ignorant.
Yeah.
You know, Thuglicious and his entourage.
Yeah, Thugnificent, Gangstalicious. And, oh my God, Flow-nominal.
Flow-nominal?
That was that nigga's name.
Oh, it's so technical because
Flow-nominal was played by Snoop Dogg. He was the dude with the long straight hair.
Busta Rhymes. What was the guy who Busta Rhymes played?
I think it was Thugnificent.
No,
was it?
Thugnificent's the leader. Thugnificent is played by one of McGrudy's friends. I forget his name. I can't remember Busta Rhymes' character. It was Busta Rhymes' character, Snoop Dogg character, and then there's Thugnificent. Yeah. And then there's the one who is making fun of 50 Cent, who is Gangstalicious.
Gangstalicious, so vicious.
I was about to do this voice, but I hate that voice so much.
Oh my God, it was so good. But that would be a great live adaptation.
I would have loved to have seen Stink Meter. Live adaptation.
No.
He would have to be played by Dave Chappelle.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely be Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Oh, that would be so good. But I feel like Boondocks, it's crazy. Like people kind of fell off of it over the last season because the original writers kind of like dipped.
Yeah, Eric left.
Aaron left.
Eric pulled the Dave Chappelle. Oh, y'all trying to take my show? No, I'm good. You do what you want.
That's fair. I would understand. I would understand leaving before someone repackages your show and makes it their thing and their agenda.
Yeah, because they did season 3.
I don't remember it.
I forget how it goes down because they have different animators.
Yeah.
Definitely a different writer because like the guy who created the show left after season 2. He did season 2 and that was it.
The whole flavor was different.
It was a whole new show and that's why they didn't continue.
Yeah, what a missed opportunity. Like I could see more seasons for
That's how corporate is. Oh, you made a successful something. We want to do our own way because we think it'll make more money.
Let's streamline it. Let's take everything that's good about it and make it like more palatable or take away its edge. You know what I mean? All the commentary.
That's what was happening with Dave Chappelle's his show, and that's why he left it.
Yeah, that turning down the $50 million deal that no one will ever let him forget about, but make it right back on Netflix and double that.
Seriously,
that's playing the game, really. That. He's like, if someone can offer me $50 million now, they'll do it later. You know what I mean? He figured, like, how far am I willing to go? And, like, he's had a really good talk about selling your soul quite literally. It's like, yeah, I could, but people are going to get tired of me. I don't want people to get tired of me. I want people to, like, anticipate me come back as opposed to because
he doesn't want to be. He likes being known. He doesn't like being famous.
Because that's why he lives in like freaking random.
He lives in a normal neighborhood
on a farm somewhere. He has like farm. He's like a ranch or something like that. Like dude lives in the country. I don't blame him. He couldn't live in LA or New York. Not that he couldn't afford it. He could.
He could, but he doesn't want to.
I wouldn't want to either. He has a family. He's living his life. Do you? Do you?
I was binge watching Chappelle his stand-ups on Netflix.
Yeah, no, he's
he was really saying good. How he was saying that too, like he doesn't read fan letters and stuff because he doesn't really like being that famous,
Yeah, like people idolize you and shit.
And because people exactly the problem because he brought up the Trump thing where he says we'll give him a chance if he gives us a chance. He's like, I wish I didn't say that shit.
Oh my God, people dragged him for saying that too.
Yup,
he got fucking tore down.
So what happened to your boy? He's not my boy.
That's not my man's. That sucks. So people take what you say and like twist it or take it out of context. You know, people didn't really listen to the whole thing. They took that one little line and they threw it out.
Yes, because some journalist heard him. I
can get a clickbait article.
Exactly. No, seriously, that's how it turned out to be. But then like another thing where he says like he kind of wish people did know him a little bit more, because there was this one woman in the audience who was just like giving him hateful looks the whole time. He's like, I mean, there's one woman, she was Asian. I could see it in her face. And he's like, so he starts asking like them, because you know he's one of those comedians, like he'll talk jokes but he'll make fun of the audience.
He's one of them.
Give it a chance, you know. So he asked a couple in front, one was Mexican and one was Chinese.
I remember this.
And he is like, she's like, and she said that I was insensitive to her interracial marriage. And I was like, he's like, now she just did a little bit of research. I'm in an interracial relationship too. And surprise, bitch, my wife is Asian too. I'll see you on Thanksgiving.
Oh, I was screaming. I was like, she tried it. It was like that fake outrage type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, why did you come to the show and not know anything about him? Like, why that's how you get offended when you don't do your homework.
It's like when they made the Mario movie, Super Mario.
Yeah, like,
you know, it was like a couple, it was like a wife and husband that made that Mario movie, and they never played the games. They had no idea what it was about.
That takes a real crazy person.
That's why it was Mad Max. That's exactly. Really, go back and even though I still enjoy the movie because I like it.
It's goofy.
It was goofy, but like that's why I had no references to the game at all. That's why Yoshi is a fucking raptor.
I still think that's so.
That's
funny.
why the Goombas are like giant dudes with tiny heads.
Oh my god! What kind of
they
cognitive?
Literally never played the game.
They were so. But why make it then? Like, what was the motivations? Why do it? I don't understand the purpose. If you don't really even know the material, even in the like. That wasn't the era to make a video game movie. It just wasn't.
That would be like if you made a World of Warcraft movie. That's the equivalent of it. You just heard of it because me and Josh might drop a reference here and there on a show. And that's like, you know what? I'm making a Warcraft movie.
That's like laughable.
$1 million on the table. Like,
even though like it's one been made already. Even I know that. I wouldn't know.
Wait, what happened?
Even though there's one made already, right?
Imagine it wasn't a movie. If there wasn't a movie, that's essentially what they did.
Aesop talked about it one time to me, and I happened to be listening, half understanding, and I'm gonna make a movie.
That's literally what that was. They had no clue what the game was about. They knew the two main characters were plumbers.
But that wasn't even like
they actually did. That's how the movie starts off. They're plumbers, and then they get warped into another dimension, and they end up in the Goomba world. So, granted, they opened up right where these are actually real people, real Italians, and real New York who are really plumbers who get pulled into this magical realm. But the magical realm is Mad Max.
Did they have a Donkey Kong?
Well, no, of course not. Donkey Kong is his own thing.
Like, I mean, like, who was their villain?
Koopa.
Oh, it was Koopa.
Bowser.
Bowser.
It was called Koopa. Sometimes, whatever. It's stupid how his name translates. But yeah, he was a villain. They followed the story right. They started jumping straight into Princess Peach. They started off with Daisy. Sure. So it was like, all right, I think the only thing they really researched they did was the instruction manual that comes with the game. Because remember, back in the day, you also got the origin stories in the book, but it was a briefing because the game is supposed to tell you the story.
Right.
So they just went with the instruction manual, which is like 4 pages.
It takes a real
It takes some really big testicles to do something like that.
You know what? I'm gonna make a movie about this. That's like me. If it wasn't like Final Fantasy or something like that, something I don't even know. I have like the most topical snippet of. I know names and faces. I don't even know what the story's about.
I'm trying to think of like a game that I've never played.
Oh, you've played quite a bit.
Yeah, like as much as I want to say not really, but like no, this is all.
That's like okay, like hypothetically, like if I know that comic book, I think I talk about like Niobe Shia's life, and you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a movie about that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Even though I just like talk about it here.
Yeah, seriously, that's the equivalent. I'm making a movie now.
It just takes kind of arrogance. Like it's not even. I don't even call it confidence. It's well beyond that. Yeah. It's arrogance.
Ended those actors' careers too.
Yeah.
No, seriously, that was the last movie they did. Kind of sad too because they weren't bad.
Because of John Leguizamo was in it, right? Mm-hmm. But he's actually doing all right now. Like he's
really?
Yeah, he has like a show on Broadway. It's called like Latin History for Dummies.
Oh, okay.
He's doing all right. Like, but movie wise,
not doing movies anymore.
That's gonna be tough. He showed up in John Wick 2. He does like supporting roles and stuff like that. Okay. So he took a. Don't get me wrong. He talks like I took a blow. He did like a Flashback Friday, and he posted the pictures of it in the movie.
Oh my god!
So So he's like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I was younger and, you know, I took a role and didn't really know what this was. And it turned to a disaster. But he's doing all right. It's amazing. You can actually survive something like that.
Because people just hated on it because it had nothing to do with the game. But as a film overall, I was like, it was enjoyable enough. Like the concept of two regular guys going into a Mad Max fantasy world is not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but you shouldn't have called it Super Mario.
It shouldn't have been a Mario Brothers.
It should have been. They should just strip that whole Super Mario skin off and just make it something else.
Yeah, just like some alien world
or some apocalyptic weirdness.
Seriously,
it could have been something else.
You can watch Total Recall. All right, let's say if I put Total Recall on, right? Mm-hmm. So you're watching Arnold Schwarzenegger on the alien planets and all that stuff, and then you walk out the room, and when you come back, it's halfway through the Mario movie. You wouldn't know the difference. You'll just be like, where did Arnold go?
The aesthetics were just...
It was the same thing.
Wow. That is so... Nothing like that could ever happen again, I think.
Let's just put it this way. The world that they lived in was like so strange.
I want to know more about these people.
Yeah, really.
I really want to know where their heads are at.
It's like, let's just say Fifth Element was more watered down than the Mario movie was. Like they made a really strange world. Like Fifth Element doesn't even go that far. And Fifth Element is supposed to be over the top.
To me, Fifth Element was all about like costume, and it wasn't about like. Don't get me wrong. The world itself was very. Right.
The world was very grounded. Now that I think about it, like they just had flying cars.
Even the cars looked kind of like they just took a yellow New York taxi and just gave it some propellers.
Yeah, they just made it float. That was it.
That was it. They were pretty grounded for that to be grounded.
Yeah.
And for Super Mario to be some drug-induced, like...
It was way over the top for a kid's game at that. Yeah, that was a really weird movie.
Oh, my God. Someone should try it again.
The only thing is, like I said, you can tell they read the instruction manual because they knew the origin story. Like, the mushrooms, they were creating bricks out of them.
Were they getting coins and stuff?
No, they didn't have any, like, the power-ups and stuff. But, like...
Yo, they did that.
Then that would have been a good movie, then. I would have taken that. If he ate a magic star and was able to juggernaut, bitch.
Not if it's so good. Or the raccoon look and everything.
Oh, the Tanuki suit?
He just jumps. You know how high he fucking jumps when he's
I never understood why the raccoon made you fly. I don't know. I never understood that. Like, I'm gonna have to watch like a Culture Shock episode and figure out why the Tanuki suit flies.
Or like, you ever played a second one and you were just really big, and then if you got hurt, you were just small again. I don't know why. This just tickles me. I'm imagining it live. And why would somebody do it?
If they did that in the movie.
That would be so fucking weird.
I actually want to see it now. Somebody needs to like dope up on some like cocaine and hookers and
like, yo, seriously,
and just make this
just
movie.
Snort all the lines and then bam,
line.
Super Mario movie. Make it happen. Oh my God, you'd have to be on some drugs to make that happen.
I'll be in that movie. I'll be Black Waluigi.
Oh, they have the other like Mario characters.
Because it's Wario, Waluigi, all these like alternative characters. I don't want to see Toad on screen. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. That is the most hated character in the Mario universe. I don't want to see him.
I just remember playing Mario Kart and where he would crash. No!
Yeah, that voice, that's like listening, that's like Gurr having a feature film. Just listening to Gurr for hours straight.
Wow, 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 wow. That little like, Mario Kart had the weirdest little sound effects. Or Yoshi had like some fucking DJ sound, like scratching a DJ record.
He's a DJ. He has a turntable stuck in his esophagus.
I was like, okay.
I mean, that's always been Yoshi's noise. But have you heard the Yoshis actually talk?
No.
Just go on YouTube and watch Yoshi's story. They are the cutest things.
Oh, okay. I think it's gonna be like
they're babies. They have baby talk.
Oh, okay.
Their theme song melts my heart every time. I try to be evil as I can, and that song will always bring me down.
Bring your heart 2 times as big.
I could be Steppenwolf right now, just murdering people, trying to like mother box this.
Someone plays this song, and you're just like,
and I'll just revert to like. I don't know what I would turn into. I'll just turn into a little baby or something. Like it's so cute. I hate to say that the Yoshi theme song is cute as hell.
Oh my God. I don't know how we got the Super Mario movie.
I don't know how we brought it up. I don't know how. I don't know what we were talking about before then. We were talking about like older movies.
And it's just like some things that should not have happened. Shouldn't have happened. I want to know who these people are and what they're doing now.
Hiding from society.
In the deep dark. Well, hey man, if the guy who made the Dragon Ball Z movie can still work, anybody can. That guy still works. Even the actors who were in that movie still work.
Oh, it's not their fault.
It isn't their fault. You're right, but it's hard being the face.
Yeah. You on a front.
Directors get to hide behind the camera, and you got to come out here looking stupid.
You're gonna have a lot of trouble walking around a Sengoku.
Because you know what? The guy who played Goku, he had like a reoccurring role on this other show called Shameless. He was on there for like a season, stuff like that. So he moved on. I mean, the director might have a harder time. The producers, everyone had anything to do.
If Shyamalan can keep going strong, anybody can.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like an actor gets a lot of shit for a movie they didn't write.
They really do.
I'm like, yo, they didn't write it.
Actors get shit for everything.
Because you're the
We
face.
can just talk about Game of Thrones. Look at the people who played Joffrey and
they're still
Ramsay.
kind of hated. Yeah.
They're hated, even though
Joffrey's adorable.
Every reason to love
the actor
Randy.
is a really.
He's not acting anymore.
Really?
He has too much hate. He has
wow.
too much hate. He just went back to school.
Damn,
he took his game. He took his GOT 3 seasons, millions of dollars, and went back to school.
Hey, he made his money. I mean, that sucks.
But at least Ramsay's playing other roles. Like he play. You know, Ramsay's so good at playing a dickhead when he takes the role of a likable Hitler.
Yeah.
He's a great.
I'm surprised he got it. Why did Joffrey get it so bad? Like, were people really like attached?
People really hated Joffrey because Joffrey caused a lot of hate. Whereas Ramsay caused problems to Sansa, who nobody liked.
Yeah, right.
He killed off Rekon, who no one cared about because the kid only showed up like twice a season.
I see it. Joffrey really hurt characters.
He hurt real characters. Ned Stark got hit.
Right.
He brutalized Sansa the whole way through.
Yeah.
He killed whores all the time, and the whores were likable characters.
Even yeah.
You know, he was Tyrion's #1 enemy. And then he fed Cersei's fire to make her even more of a hateable character. Like everything about Joffrey was just hateable. Whereas Ramsay, you know, he was crueler than Joffrey was.
Much more from what I saw, yeah.
But he did it to people who no one gave a fuck about. Theon, come on now. Who cared about Theon?
Poor Theon was like a kind of a jerk too, even before that. From what I saw,
exactly.
He was a cocky little bastard too. Yeah.
So Ramsay was worse than Joffrey, but he
just did the people we did. But if it was like the other way around, if they switched the roles,
if Ramsay did what he did to Sansa, like out the gate, like first season, Princess Sansa, yeah, she was annoying, but this is Princess Sansa we're talking about.
Yeah, like that would have been pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's really weird. You know, people can't separate the character from the actor.
It's really weird. They like throw rocks at the guy in the streets.
Are you for real? Protect him at all costs.
I mean, even the one who plays I don't know how deep in the show you got, but like remember, he was one of the commanders at the Castle Black with Jon Snow. He was the guy who had like little Jufro going on.
Oh, okay.
He was like one of the commanders who was in charge of all the training.
Right.
And then at the end, remember they hang him.
Oh, okay.
I forget what that actor got shit too, because he was Jon Snow's enemy, if you will.
People are
he got real life shit
sucked
too.
into the story, man.
But it gets worse than that. This is the absolute worst. Now you know how like actors who are loved, they get mobbed whenever they go into public.
Right.
You know, Emilia Clarke doesn't get mobbed because she looks completely different without that blonde wig.
Yeah, she does totally.
So now she dyed her hair blonde, so she looks a little bit more like Daenerys, but she still doesn't look as much like the character because her hair is short. So I'm like, all right, cool. You blonde your hair, you want to look like her. I don't know why you would do such a thing, but she dyed her hair blonde after people started complaining that she doesn't look like her character in real life.
Wow, people are really.
They never mobbed her because they didn't recognize her, and
they kept it that way.
People complained because she's not actually blonde.
Oh my god! Now, first of all, it's a great wig, by the way.
It's amazing.
That is the most snatched wig I've ever seen in my life.
That hair is
lace
ridiculous.
Front for the gods. They really did, because I know she was struggling underneath that. Because I'm sure they had to braid her hair down.
Yeah.
And they had to keep this, like, make sure none of her actual hair showed through.
I'm actually gonna watch one of their makeup.
I have to see how they did it
because I've seen how they made the Night King. He goes through hell to put that makeup on.
Oh, because they looked really good. I'm not lying. He looked great.
Yeah, he goes through hell to put that stuff on.
But her wig, is. Everybody take note, bro, because that's how you do it. Because that's hard to do. Because when you're trying to like have a natural hairline, and then she has all the braids, and they're trying to make that, and they're always different.
Always change your braids.
They always different. That's annoying.
I mean, but hell, just look at her hair in the first few seasons when it was actually like messy and out.
You didn't think that? Oh wow, that's not hers, huh?
It doesn't. Yeah, you don't
that's
know.
Not her hair. That shit looks good.
Like the only people who you blatantly can tell, like the Lannisters, because they were like that lazy dye to the hair.
It was lazy.
They're supposed to be blonde as hell.
They're supposed to be more platinum-y, like more like.
Well, not platinum. The Targaryens are silver, so they're platinum.
Oh,
blonde,
okay. They're more like warmer.
Blonde. They're supposed to have hair like Joffrey.
Oh.
That's why Cersei's
Joffrey's
hair is
a natural
like
blonde, though, right?
He's natural blonde.
Yeah.
Well, the actress who plays Cersei, you can
clearly. Yeah. Or I remember when they cut off all of her hair. Then all of a sudden she had like a little ass darker, pixie cut in the next episode.
But when you look at Tyrion and you look at Jaime with their shorter cuts, their hair is dark as hell.
Right.
They're just straight up brown haired people. They're not golden. They're supposed to be golden. That's the theme of the lens. Because look at Tyrion in season 1. Look at Jaime in season 1.
Yeah.
And then jump to season 4. You don't even have to look at 7. Just jump to season 4. You're like, well, their hair is super dark.
Yeah, you know what? I do, because I watched more of this first season, and I kind of just got like filled in in between. Yeah. And I saw him again, even the most recent one that I saw. Like I sat here and watched it at the studio, and I'm like, yo, his hair is pretty dark. I thought like it was kind of like jarring a little bit, because he himself is a natural. Like his hair seems to be brown for real.
Yeah, it is.
But then like you got like actors like Jon Snow, who I see without facial hair.
He looks weird without facial. We got so used to his beard. He needs the facial hair.
He's a real-time baby. Yeah. That. Oh, my God. His face is softer than a baby's booty.
He needs facial hair.
It looks better. Like, it just looks better. It just looks better.
And it's funny. People make fun of him because he's such a gorgeous-looking guy. That, like, there's so many jokes of him being made fun of. Because he's so pretty.
Yeah.
There's, like, there's a meme where it's him talking to Tyrion. He's like, oh, I don't know how to convince her to like join the army against the North. Like, how do I get her on my side? She's
just show up.
Me. So Tyrion's like, oh, just tell her she's just go up to her and just tell her you're beautiful. He's like, all right. He goes to Tyrion. I'm beautiful.
No, definitely. Johnson's definitely good looking or whatnot.
He's pretty as hell.
Yeah, the beard is working, bro. It's working.
Or they can shave his face off and give him a Nightwing costume.
No, he can't. He can't do it. I'm sorry. What is I level? He can't do Nightwing. Jawline nowhere near as sharp as it needs to be without facial hair, bro.
I mean,
he's got the soft little cheeks and stuff.
It could be worse. He could be Ben Swallow.
Oh my God!
You remember those, right?
Ben Swallow, nigga. I'm going to sleep. Like this him shirtless is etched in my brain. Like it's just so messed up, man. It's just so fucked up.
Have you seen all the mods to video games where they take his shirt off just so they can make him buff? But it's not even like. But it's not even a real buff. He's just stretched.
And you know those oh my God, those Knuckles memes, and they did it with Knuckles? Kylo Ren instead. He said, "I know DeRay."
I know DeRay. Oh no!
I just stare at that for a good minute with a straight face. I like the internet needs to be deleted immediately. Immediately. I'm tired of the internet.
Sakuto.
Delete. All you. I'm doing all your handles. Delete. Oh my God. Oh wait, I'm weak.
Oh man. All right. I think we've
lulled enough.
We've done enough. We've lulled enough.
All right, so let's wrap this up.
Oh man,
I'll wrap it up. I will be watching Deadpool 2. I will be watching Venom. Everybody loves an anti-hero.
Since we did mention Ben Swallow, we forgot to mention that trailer about Star Wars Han Solo.
Right.
But, we'll probably touch base on that next week though.
Totally.
Han Solo's got a movie, and it's not in December like the trend of Star Wars was. This is coming out in like August, I believe.
Ooh, right.
Yeah,
it's coming a summer flick.
Yeah, it's a summer flick of Han Solo's origin, so I'm down for that.
I'll check it out. I'm feeling Donald Glover right now. When he showed up as my man
Lando,
come through.
Damn, I really got into the Star Trek thing, niggas. I know character. Whoa, what happened to me?
Yo, who are you? I don't even know you.
Yo,
you're a brand new person.
All right, here's my new thing. I'm going this year. I'm cosplaying as BB Black.
That's so good.
I hate his name, BB9. BB Black was a better name.
Oh yeah, Triple
B. His official name is BB9. No, Triple B exactly.
Triple B. Black. Come on, bro. That was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
BB9. Cheap asses.
Because he was being one of them looky-loos from the hood. Like,
yo, he was just pitch black from like he was kind of terrifying.
He was, and he was an asshole. He
with his black ball.
Because they was walking by, and he just saw the trash can. Like, wait a minute. I don't trust it.
I don't trust that.
Ambush them.
Get him.
Like what? This droid is broken.
But
BB9. But yeah, we done.
All right. Shout out to Speak Your Mind Radio. Shout outs to OTR. Shout outs to Real Shit Talkers. And shout outs to Villainy Games. Oh, villain, my villain.
Oh, villain, my villain.
See, my voice not raspy enough for that.
I mean, my voice is, you hear my normal voice.
Yeah.
So I've just been doing Beavis and Butthead and Raptor imitations since I was 5. So.
Alrighty. Yeah, you're right. You actually do a lot of voiceover stuff. You're actually really good at it. But yeah, shout outs to our local comic book stores. Our store in Newark, Fortress of Solitude. Our store in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, Joker's Child. And As the Sun Sets on His Mortal Realm.
As usual, guys, if you like this podcast, be sure to hit that like button. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a comment on you want to hear us make fun of, because that's apparently what we do now. Make fun of in our next show. I'm Aesop the Alchemist.
I'm Tia LaBeouf.
And we'll get back to you guys next time. Deuces.